Hi everyone, it's been a little bit. I wanted to give an update and do a transcript of a beautiful quantum healing, beyond quantum healing session that I had a few weeks ago with a beautiful client. We'll call her Kelly. Um, just to start though, what is quantum healing or beyond quantum healing? If you are familiar with Dolores Cannon's work, or Candace Craw Goldman. She is the creator of the Beyond Quantum Healing, but it's based on Dolores Cannon's work with QHHT. And I found this particular healing modality a few years ago and felt very called to become, I guess, certified. I'm a certified quantum healing, beyond quantum healing practitioner, facilitator. And so basically, quantum healing is, what is it? It's accessing your own internal wisdom and healing potential through consciousness exploration with the assistance of a quantum healing facilitator. So that's a little quick intro to it if you're not familiar. But who is this for? Like, what does this kind of work for? And a quantum healing session basically can help anyone seeking answers or guidance in any area of life: physical health, emotional concerns, life path questions, career, uh, dreams, soul origins, missing time, karma, life purpose, any other mysteries from your own soul, and it can help shine a light on what you are seeking answers for. And if you're like me, I always have a running list of questions about life. So those are some of the things that can come into play. But also, too, a lot of people seek quantum healing for the physical health issues and finding a little bit more about that from basically your higher self in these sessions, and finding healing, whatever healing is available for you. You can use quantum healing for that. So basically, how does it work? So, a beyond quantum healing session can be described as a type of guided visualization, hypnosis, dream work, or soul travel. But what does that mean exactly? Basically, you lay back, you relax, you close your eyes, and you enter a deep, daydream like state that is relevant to your situation. You are able to speak and describe your experience, all the while being assisted by your facilitator. You will be invited to connect and speak to your own higher self, the part of you that is the divine spark with the wisdom and knowledge about you and your life plan that can be accessed on a daily basis. So, with that said, we'll start the transcript. I am so excited to be sharing this with you. Kelly was an absolutely beautiful soul, and I'm so excited to be sharing her beautiful session with you. And she was more than happy. This is also with her permission, so I don't want anyone to worry. I would never share anything that was, if you asked not to have it shared. But she was more than happy, and I just want to share this. If you can also find other sessions online from other practitioners, and I've always found them very helpful for the times that we are in now. Very helpful and inspirational. So even if you haven't had your own session, you can find so much information and advice and wisdom in just listening or watching other sessions. So we'll start. This is for Kelly. So this is so basically a session. We'll start off with like a quick an interview with between facilitator and the client, and we'll go over an intention for the session. We'll get that narrowed down. We'll have a list of questions that the client brings, and just make sure we got those solidified, and then it takes, however long, but we go through basically a relaxation, getting into like a hypnotic state. All right, so this is the first scene. So immediately once, the client gets relaxed and we do the induction, I'll start asking questions. And And if you're not familiar, these are particular questions, so it does not try to lead a client. We want them to really be able to bring back what they're getting in their session. And so I will start. So I'm asking her, so this is the beginning of the scene. I just basically would have asked her to share whenever she starts to get anything, or see or feel or sense anything. And she says, I'm not quite getting anything just yet. There is kind of like shadows. Are they moving? They are, very slowly. It's like they are trying to form into shapes, like a cube. Do you feel anything? Just a really deep sense of peace. At the very beginning, when we started, I was in a place, and I think I will return to that place. I was sitting on a fence, and it was a cool morning, and it was dawn. The dawn was just breaking. The sky was the absolutely most beautiful colors of the sunrise, and I was sitting on the fence, and it was damp. The dew from the night was still on everything. It was absolutely glorious. How did it feel to be in that space? It is very emotional to be here. It is such a beautiful, peaceful place, and I am grateful to be here, and I am excited to watch the sunrise. And it is very quiet, and I am waiting for the birds to start singing, but it is very quiet and peaceful. Do you have a form? Are you in a body feeling this? Yeah, I feel I'm a young person, a kid, a little uncomfortable sitting on this fence, a split-railed fence, where it is not really comfortable, but it is better than sitting on the wet grass. Just starting to see the rays through the cracks in the clouds, and it is so pretty. That does sound so beautiful. Are you alone? Yes, yes, I am. There might be a cow or two, but there is no other people. Where does it feel like you are in this space? Does it have a name? It doesn't seem to have a name, just countryside. It's pasture, definitely country. I am definitely barefoot. Can you smell anything? The dew? Not specifically. Wait. I can smell fresh earth. I can smell the freshness of the morning, the damp earth. This sounds like maybe a good place to express your gratitude for all that you have gratitude for in your heart. Yes, I'll do that. To everyone who has ever helped you or will help you, and just feel that for a moment and allow it to flow through you. Yes, I can feel it in my heart. And it is peaceful, the mood in this space? It is very peaceful. It feels very symbolic in many ways. The fact that it is a fence, and a fence is a dividing place between one area and another, and a sunrise is a new beginning, and I'm facing into it. And there is a need to make a commitment to get off the fence. That is beautiful. It is also okay to enjoy it for a moment before a decision needs to be made and soak it up. Absolutely. I appreciate the moment of not having to do anything. Kind of feels like a lot of work that needs to be done, because it feels like I belong on a farm. My duties are farm things I have to do. I'm going to have to take care of chores, things expected of me throughout the day, and I'm seeking for peace at this particular moment and just soaking it in, the quiet beauty of the moment. We have to take the moments when they present themselves. Is there, once you decide, what do you do next? I am stepping off the fence into the grass and see in the grass that there is a pasture there with flowers, daisies there. I reach down to touch them, but I don't pick them. What happens when you touch them? I express gratitude for their beauty. Here, Kelly gets very emotional, and part of her intention was to feel gratitude. I just want to add that in there for a moment, off transcript. Yes, it is beautiful. They're just there doing their thing. They're gently flinging their heads. They are welcoming the morning as well. It sounds like a beautiful ritual. It is a necessary thing. As much as there are chores to be done, this sounds just as important to be doing. Yes, this is a place that I love very much. I like my place. Does it feel like home? Not that I live here, but it is a place that I visit. And as I am walking slowly at first, I'm running and I can hear the cows, and it is time. It's time to start the day. I believe it is. What do you think happens next? Well, I definitely feel very young and energetic. I'm swinging my arms big and wide, taking big steps, walking towards where I saw the cows in the distance. It's funny that I don't see much else around me. I'm in this bubble here and trying to figure out where I am exactly going. I feel that I have a destination and trying to see where I am exactly going. I hear chickens and I hear roosters. It sounds like you're enjoying the moment of the beauty that is coming across the day. Does this young person know the song you were singing, or the importance of the song that you sang as a child? This little girl doesn't sing much. She's curious about the thought of singing, but has no idea what that song would be about. She has things to do. Yes, she has her hands on her hips and quizzically look. I don't know what you're talking about. I am glad she was able to share with you the perfect moment before the day really has to get going. That was very special for that. I thank her for that. That was really precious. If you want to, we can just leave that scene as it is and for what it showed you and shared with you, and leave that one behind. Excuse me, and leave that one behind for as it is and what it is, and just wave goodbye and just drift and float. It is beautiful. The next scene she goes to, Kelly, she says, "This is actually a time and place from my childhood. A farm that I grew up on. I am at the farm I grew up on. However, it's different. It's not like I'm trying to get a better grasp on it. It comes and it fades away. Is this a farm from your current life? It is. It is a farm when I was a little girl. I lived on a farm. I'm standing in the driveway looking around, and this is just going to go with it. I am looking down. There's a tiny little corn plant, and my grandpa and I planted it together, and because corn grows so fast, we were going to watch it grow, and we had a little stick to measure it, and every day you can measure it to see how fast it grows, and I was going to check out this little corn plant to see if it had grown much. And it has. It probably has grown about half an inch since I last saw it, and it is quite fascinating. Kelly is so happy here, by the way. There is probably much to observe and watch on the farm. Oh, there is. It is very curious to be here. Probably I wouldn't expect to be here, I guess. I am touching the ground to see if it is real, to feel if it's real. It's like I am wondering, why am I here? I never expected to visit and wondering the significance. I feel as if the message is the message that things grow fast, and it is good to keep track, and it is good to watch for that girl planting seeds. It is a gift. It is a gift we are given so we can observe and watch things, and watch the transformation, and find incredible joy and wonder in that. And if it's taken care of, it will grow to its full potential and produce a beautiful ear of corn, and that one seed becomes many seeds. But it is a beautiful metaphor, so pretty. So much abundance. Yes. And it's a gift. So I'm standing there, just to give you an idea. I'm standing here, and it's no longer a tiny plant, but a full-grown plant. And it has produced a beautiful ear of corn. It's like perfection, so beautiful. It's like the bugs haven't eaten it up or anything. Something to behold. And it's been taken care of? It has. I have taken care of it. Not just myself, it has been nourished by many elements, by the rain and the soil, the sun. Yes, yes, and everything has been provided. It feels like when everything is harmony, so much good comes out of it when everything is working together. Yes, it is so beautiful. Thank you to my grandpa for helping me understand that. That is very beautiful. Something so simple, right? So very, very simple. Because so often I would look at a field of corn and just see a field of corn and not understand that it is made up of many individuals, and each plant is its own separate and complete being, thriving and growing and wanting to be its fullest potential. Somehow focusing on just one really makes it special. You can see the dance of the elements and forces at work and at play. Yes, and understanding that I may have a role in that by planting it and maybe bringing some water to it once in a while. But it's going to grow and do what it is going to do because it is supported by many different elements, not just myself, and I can experience joy and growth and be with it, and it doesn't require me to do every little thing for it, and it's kind of cool to know. I can see myself skipping down the driveway now and going out to the main road. I am looking around. Are you alone? Apparently, if anyone is there, they are in the house or busy doing something else. It is remarkable how alone I am. You're just never really alone. Or there's always a dog or a chicken, especially on a farm. It is very curious that it is so quiet. Does anything happen next? Because I am facing the direction I am facing, there is open sky. What is happening? It's as if I am watching the sky and it's dark, and there are a lot of activity in the sky. There are lights in the sky. There are crafts in the sky, a great deal of activity in the sky. You say lights and crafts? Yes, there is a lot going on, not even just the crafts. There is like a kinda, I don't even know how to explain it. A circular light. How would I even describe it? It's pink. It's like a force field. Words are not working here. That's okay. Whatever the easiest way to explain it, even if it doesn't make sense. It's like a source of energy, and it's huge. And it's in the sky, off to the left, and it's a source from where all these crafts are coming from. And they're going about their business in the night sky, and I'm standing there and actually quite curious as to what is going on. At first there was a little bit of fear and concern, and now there is none. Are you observing this as your younger self? Yes. What do you feel or sense is going on, or see? The best that I can make out of the situation is that there is this huge army. It's not quite the right word. There is this huge group of intelligent beings that are here. They are not landing. They're kind of waiting. They're taking instructions from this ball of, it's almost like a big sun nebula planet thing, and it is beautiful, and it is in the sky, and it's not normally there. And you know how you can see things in the sky that are normally there, and this is not normal. And I am alternatively curious and a little bit alarmed. And it's not just in the sky. If I were to zoom out, they are everywhere, all around the world, and from a different perspective, there is more than one of these energy sources. And there is more than one of these suns or energy sources. There are others, and they are much further away, and all linked together in purpose, and they have tremendous knowledge, but there is no contact. It's not time yet. They're waiting. They are waiting for something. Is this what you sense, or are they communicating their intention? That's a good question. I am not sure where I'm getting that information from. Let me see. Or can you ask if anyone is there to assist to communicate with you? And you are safe to experience this. My little self went back into the house and is asking if anyone can help me. So I'm going back out into the yard to see if anyone is there that can explain this. You can see also if there's a way they can communicate with you without physically being there. There might be a way. I'm trying to ask if they can take me up there and show me around, but I'm not getting a yes from that. They are very reluctant. To take you? I don't think I am privileged to any information. It's just a matter of observing and to see it and just to know it's good. It's a good thing. Nothing to be afraid of, and it is good. That's good. Would it be appropriate to be able to ask any questions without necessarily seeing it? Is there anyone that would be willing to assist us? I can find someone to ask. I am so eager to know. I asked the farmer that lives next door, and he's just standing there in his overalls and looking up at the sky, saying, I have no idea what they're doing up there, scratching his head. So, anyone else? If they can't take you up there, and if they are not necessarily coming down, I wonder if there is a way to connect with them on the mental plane, and I wonder if that is a possibility if they could speak to you mind to mind. Let's see if that is an option. Well, there is somebody. This is a very interesting looking individual. What do they look like? It's got a head. It's shaped like a teardrop. And it's the teardrop on its side. Kind of pale and whitish. Is that their skin color? Yes. And no hair. Benevolent. Very benevolent. He is sitting behind a control panel. He is showing me the controls and showing me around the inside there. Beautiful. You might sense or feel things without a verbal communication as well. I have the sensation that I want to touch stuff and probably not a good idea. She laughs here. It's not real bright inside the ship. It's lit up by a lot of little lights on controls, and it's not a lot of space in there either. Let me ask what they're up to. Kelly smiles here. He looked at me like, well, I don't really know where to start. What is it that you need to know? They're monitoring. Their job is to keep an eye on things. They have specific duties that are there, and they are there basically patrolling and following protocol. They gather information and they make sure it gets sent to the appropriate places. They are very busy, she laughs. They're really, really busy, and I'm slightly annoying, but they want to be respectful and answer what they can. I'm going to say thank you for their time. Does this individual, would they be open to any guidance or advice with some of the questions you brought to your session today? I'll ask. He says, what are your questions? Ask if he has any awareness or significance of the meaning behind the emotional response that you had at the Native American church several years ago. I'll give him that memory and see what he thinks of it. Well, that was an interesting answer. What did he say? I was experiencing an energetic light surge. It was in that particular area. He showed it to me like it was a golden energy surge, and it was specific to that location on the earth. Is that connected to the earth grid or ley line by chance? Apparently, yes, it is. It is a powerful place, and he is familiar with it. That is beautiful. That surprises me. I had no idea. I thought it might be for other reasons. It is directly related to Earth, and it is a place where energy will surge, and it is a golden energy source. It is light. It is beautiful. And its location and that I was in at that particular time and got to experience it. Does this being have a name? Does he want to share while we talk to him? It's hard to pronounce. It could be kind of like Kmur, Kamur. I appreciate his assistance. Since they are a benevolent fleet or beings, would he also have any help or suggestions for your inner child healing circle with your daughters? How to perceive the greatest outcome, since he also seems to be assisting Earth? Another surprising answer. He said the only thing you need is love. That's all you need. And he showed me the beautiful energy of love. And he showed it to me as warm and red and very comforting. Extend that to people. He said it's all about love. Is it something like if you're infused with love, your actions and whatever choices you make are also radiating love? Does it work like that? He says that that's the source. If you walk with that intention at the center of your being, it is absolutely effective. Basically, any way you want to do it. It is with the love that healing takes place. You can reach your arms out. You can circle people with love. It's just love. That is the essence. He says just focus on that, and that is the absolute key to positive outcomes. That is beautiful. I didn't think it could be that simple. It's absolutely. He's nodding his head very sagely. In that same vein, does that same energy could be applied to transition from your current job into more healing modalities? Is it expressing that same essence to help you with your transition from your old job to a new job? I think it is necessary for me to strengthen my ability to see with my inner eye. I need a little bit more practice. Take it slow. Concentrate using the inner eye. I am assuming that's the third eye, but it's going to take some practice. Does he have any other suggestions? It can sometimes be difficult being in a physical body in the density here. If he knows or has observed how to make it easier, he says, look for those areas where the energy is strong. Look for the areas that he's shown me, like the church. Is this part of one of your abilities where you can connect to these places like that church that have this surge of energy? He says I might be able to sense it through my hands. And I asked him if he would help me. He says it is important to feel it with my entire body, my whole body. Remember what it felt like and really, really concentrate on the inner eye. It's like it's inside my head, my brain. It's a place that I'll be able to see it. Is there any other suggestions to help support that, like a diet or a type of exercise? Breath. He says breathe, breathe, breathe. He says that is very, very important. And I'll see if there's anything else. It is very important to be present. Very important. I need to be very conscious of coming to the center and being grounded. That is very important. For all of the work, if I get too distracted, then I'll lose my bearings, and it's important to really focus and find a quiet place internally, on the inside. He showed me the center of my being, and using that as a grounding wire, more of the energetic field. It's not part of the body, and it needs to be plugged into the earth. It's like an electrical wire that gets plugged in, and it will be important to be in that space if I want to find that peace, presence, and stillness. Okay. I can take that to heart. That is very meaningful to me. I have a tendency to look to the outside instead of the inside. He is reminding you that it is there within. Yes. If he says, if I breathe, I will be able to access that. Is there something he recommends you practice, or is that something he recommends you practice every day? Yes. As soon as I possibly can. It should be a primary focus and to be very mindful of. Would he, since he is being so helpful, would he know of the importance of the song that you sang as a young girl? Would he have any guidance or wisdom on that? I'll ask him. He said it was an expression of joy and remembering, but he and I are not of the same origin. He can't tell me what it means. He said it was a soul connection, and I was responding to the beauty and especially the power of the sun. But he emphasizes that we are not the same, so he is not able to translate. Does he know of your origin and also where his origin is as well, if he doesn't mind sharing? He emphasized that it is more important for me to focus on being human, and those questions can be answered when the time comes. But the fact is that right now my focus needs to be on what is going on here, and he said if I look into the sky at the belt of Orion, at the 3 stars there, He is from around there. You said that you had the impression that they were waiting and gathering information. Were they waiting for something to happen? I'll ask. It seems to me that it's more that they're not only there to monitor, but they are also there to protect, but not from outward forces, but to protect us from ourselves. They are on a peacekeeping mission. I get the sense that they are there to protect. You spoke of the grid earlier. I get the feeling they want to protect. That they want to protect. There is like tiny red dots, and they are connected together in a formation around the earth, and they are making sure that stays intact. And if violence erupts, it is their job to make sure that it is not disrupting that grid, that field. It is essential that they are there. They are not waiting for anything in particular, but what they are there for. Does he have anything else to share about your purpose here? I know he spoke of love and wisdom and how to embody that. Does he have anything to share if your purpose is similar to his, or any insight if he was in your shoes? He can. He is showing me his family. He's got a wife and children. That we are not so different, he says. He says he loves his family. Family is very important. And where did he say he was from exactly? If I look up in the sky towards Orion, I frequently looked up there, and he says that's a good place to look to understand from which direction he comes. I can't believe he showed me his family. Are they beautiful? And she's smiling. They look a lot like him, she laughs. His wife looks like him, just smaller, and his kids look just like him, but smaller as well. And they're very near and dear to his heart. Oh, I just want to hug him. I think I'll hug him. Just ask him first. I think I should. And also we appreciate his time and wisdom. She has a big sigh. Very much appreciated. Do you have anything else to say to him, or any other questions? Just gratitude. Just grateful for the work he and his people are doing, and the fact that they are so very, very good to us here, and appreciate the help and the insight and the wisdom. That is very beautiful, and appreciate his wisdom on your questions and for sharing. Are you still with him? I am letting go. He does have things to do. If you are ready, I am happy to call in for your healing place. And at this point in the session, we call in the light, and we move through some of that particular healing that pertains to the client. But at some point, she does see. So after calling in the light, she says, there seems to be an angel of light, mostly a pillar of light, a very bright, bright light. And are they aware of your seeking assistance and loving yourself? And as a side note, off transcript, that was part of her intention for this session. And she says yes. Could you ask them, or if they are willing to answer your questions on the root issue, or scan your body to assist with healing with that intention in mind? All right. What do you feel? It's like it's an energy, checking things out. It's seeing me energetically and looking, doing a scan, I guess. It's just a matter of knowing, asking if there is anything that needs to be adjusted. There is a little something in my foot. How does it feel? Well, it initially felt like I was in a spotlight and really being observed. I don't get much else. It is very subtle. Or if there are any words of wisdom. It feels a little bit like being immersed, kind of like how it feels when you're in water, covered and surrounded by it, but it's a different sensation. But it feels like I'm surrounded by it. What does a sensation feel like on your body? Kind of like being infused. Infused with a very fine light type of vibration. It's a very, very fine vibration. These words are not describing it in any accurate terms. It's really hard to put it into actual words. It sounds beautiful. It's really interesting. It's like even finer, more delicate than light, but it's not like in my mind I thought it would be. Like seeing head to toe, like a scan kind of thing, like an MRI. I had completely, um, I had or complete set of expectations, and it's nothing like that at all. It's very subtle, a different type of energy, and it's like nothing I've ever described or experienced before. This is all being done by the angel of light, the pillar? Yes, it's a specialty that this entity is known for, kind of giving me the impression that if you were to have a crystal, there would be subtle energy coming from that crystal. This is kind of a crude but easier way to describe it. It's an infusion of that light, that vibration, that energy, because it's not light. It's really interesting. Wow. Thank you. I just never dreamed that it would be like this. Or I just never dreamed that this is what it would be like. But it is specific to what I need right now. Does this being have any assistance or wisdom for your heart space? It's an integration of sorts. It's an integration of restoring wholeness. It's a matter of restoring wholeness. For everything to work on the same vibrational chords so that there is unity throughout the system, so that there is cohesiveness and the ability to be unified from inside to outside. That is beautiful. I thank them for appearing today to assist you. Yes, thank you very, very much. Very, very grateful for that. Have they finished with their integration and healing for you? It seems they have, yes, but it's still there. It's going to be, that's all that needed to be done. I would like to call upon your higher self and invite them in their presence and to be able to ask them a few questions for you on your behalf. Yes, okay. Is there any assistance that your higher self would like to share to help you transition from your current job into healing modalities? I got the message that I need to speak. I need to speak up. I need to be a little bit more brave about speaking. That is my higher self, isn't it? And she laughs. It is always beautiful and gentle. I recognize that. Is there any guidance on how to deal with the fear of speaking, if and when it comes up? It's important to remember what I was told about keeping that inner part of me grounded. As long as I am grounded, there is tremendous safety in that, and therefore I will be able to speak with conviction in the light which is now in there. Before it was dark, now it is light. That is the source of speaking, and that is where the truth shall come in. It's important to open and allow it to come out. Alright, so the source of speaking, that is where the truth shall come from. Alright, thank you. Ask if your higher self is there any additional meanings to the scenes that you saw beyond the farm and feeling the gratitude for the dawn and the colors in the sky and the flowers and having that moment. Was there a reason that your higher self showed that to you today? Those images, those particular scenes, and those particular feelings are all about beginnings. They're all about what it means to move and grow. And it is a vision of what is possible, and it is to inspire hope and confidence and understanding that we work as a unified collective, and because we are working as a collective and we each do our part so that there are no heavy burdens placed on one because we share the load together, and they are all unified in a common goal of nobleness and love, and this is our purpose. Wow. Okay, thank you. When you were a young girl and you were singing that song, does your higher self have anything to add to the significance and importance of that song in the remembering? There is a place of joy, and it is to remember that we see the sun as a source of light, and we can come to understand what it means to face the light and to allow its warmth and energy to infuse ourselves. There is an inner spring that flows forth, and that inner spring is small now, that we share, and that is to bring joy and part of our conduit of bringing the great love from Source into the world. And does your higher self have anything else to add about the significance of being at that Native American church and feeling that energy Is there anything else to know about feeling the energy and using your hands to feel and sense it and feeling that surge? It is important to see it from the interior. Those things are sensed on a level that is inside the body and can be felt through the hands, and when those things are felt and there is an inner understanding and knowing, you can take the memory of what it was like at that particular moment and search for other places where that feeling might be present again. That would be a place to feel that. Thank you. And does your higher self have any additional guidance or suggestions about you and your children using the inner circle to help others? There isn't much more to be said than what was already has been said regarding the circle. And does your higher self have any other or anything else that they would like to share at this time, any support or assistance? Remember that family is essential. It is what keeps us whole. It is what gives us a foundation. It is what gives us wings. It is the structure for what we are magnified through. To remember that families are universal, and the vision that we saw of the family of our friend, and the family that we have, and the families of earth are essential, and to honor and respect the family. And that is it. And that is the transcript with Kelly. I hope this helps any of you. She brought a lot of wisdom forth. I really was kind of blown away with how the session initially started, to talking to Kamor from Orion and speaking to him, and he was very friendly. It was hilarious in the session. It might not have come through in the transcript of reading it, but it was funny how we were just trying to get information, and it's like, well, we're really busy here. Very, very, very busy. But he took a moment to talk to her, answer her questions, explain why he was there, and then at the end, like, giving her a hug and showing a picture of his family, and it was just so beautiful. And even just like thinking about it again, I'm getting chills. But very beautiful healing, a very gentle healing in this particular session. And basically just a reminder that family is essential. Absolutely. And love is everything. So enjoy this. I hope this helps you, and much love. And if you would like to connect with me, I'm on Instagram at the Luna Celeste. You can find more information about booking a session with me if you are also interested in quantum healing. This one was done via Zoom online, and you don't actually have to get out of your house to do these powerful sessions. But I am here to offer my services and offer my space holding to anyone that is interested or seeking a session. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Much love.